How's it going, everybody? It's Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. It's time for your match review of Sheffield Wednesday 0, Leeds United 2. Leeds United getting all 3 points at Hillsborough in this evening's Yorkshire derby. Not vintage Leeds by any stretch of the imagination, but who cares right now? All that matters is the 3 points which Leeds United have claimed. Just before we get into the review in more detail, make sure that you are smashing that like button. It really does help the video get out there to more people. And obviously, like the video because we've won. If you're as happy as me, smash that like button. Please subscribe if you are brand new. Hit the notification bell. And, of course, get all your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And make sure that you're checking out the sponsor of the channel, Josh Firth. His links are in the description for all your football graphic design needs. The links to his Etsy store and Instagram in the description, guys. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, first half, in fact, lineups first. I was at the time of the lineups getting announced, I was quite baffled. Quite, he made a few strange calls. I was thinking that at the time. Anyway, obviously it all worked out in the end, but I was thinking, why is Dan James being dropped for Nonto? I was thinking, why is Connor Roberts on the bench? Why is Gray not in midfield for Kamara? And why is Mateo Joseph not getting an opportunity? But I kind of knew Bamford would get the nod, and obviously that worked out in the end, didn't it? Which we'll come to in a bit. But yeah, I was still fairly happy. I was still having a look at it and thinking, it's definitely enough to get the job done, which they did. But at the time, I was baffled by a few of the changes that he made. But getting into the first half, I have to be honest, guys. Look, I know we've won, but let's not be, I need to be real with you. The first sort of 35 minutes of that half from both teams was one of the worst halves of football that I've watched. And I said that about the Huddersfield game last week, but that was boring. Leeds was slow, no urgency, no creativity, no initiative going forward. Chef Wednesday, yeah, they looked a little bit more up for it, and they were pressing Leeds United quite high, but they weren't actually doing anything. They had that one good chance, which Meslier makes a good save to deny them an opener. But other than that, guys, they didn't really threaten. I thought they were poor on the night as well with Sheffield Wednesday, but I thought Leeds United got kind of brought down to their level in the opening half hour. Glenn Kamara struggling to keep hold of the ball and make things happen in midfield. Chris Somerville just not involved. Nonto, I thought, was slightly more involved, but again, not doing anything great with the ball. Archie Gray seemed like he was just being wasted at right back. And all in all, guys, I was spitting blood in the first sort of half hour or so because I wasn't happy with what I was seeing. It just felt like a rinse and repeat of what we saw at the John Smith Stadium last weekend against Huddersfield. And I'll be honest, guys, I was feeling very nervous as the game was going on. I felt like it was going to be the same outcome that we saw against Huddersfield. And, we could not afford to drop points once again this evening, and thank God we didn't. But, it just didn't feel like anything was going to happen. And then all of a sudden, on the stroke of half time, literally, there was 4 minutes added on at the end of the first half. It was literally as the, added time approached the fourth minute. Junior Firpo gets the ball on the left-hand side. Lovely ball into the box. Patrick Bamford is onside and he taps it in at the back post to make it 1-0 to Leeds United. And, at half-time, I was thinking, how on earth have we just scored there? Because I'll be honest, guys, I didn't feel like we deserved it. I thought we were poor for the majority of the first half. We got brought down to their level, like I've said. And, it was a poor game of football. But, I happily took it. I was buzzing for Bamford to get on the score sheet once again. I felt Bamford actually had a decent half, in fairness. Leeds were trying to go long and try and get in behind Sheffield Wednesday, and it was working a few times. I feel like it was a direct tactic from Daniel Farke to try and catch Sheffield Wednesday out, and it was working. It was working. There was the chance from Rutter where he hits it at the keeper and then tries to follow it up, but they clear it off the line. There was another one from Bamford where he held the ball up well and tried to create something, but it just didn't quite work out. but it was working. But in the end, it's a simple ball into the box, and he's met it at the back post to make it 1-0 at the break. And I tweeted it out at half time saying, look, Leeds need to just build on that goal now and put this game to bed in the second half. We came out second half and I thought we were a completely different team in that second half, guys. I do. I thought we improved massively. It must have been a great team talk from Farker at half time because I felt like we looked like a different animal. We were pressing them. The passing was better. We were keeping hold of the ball. The possession was hugely dominated by Leeds in that second half. And Leeds United make it 2-0. I can't remember what minute it was. It was the 60 something, I think it was. I think it might have just been approaching the hour mark, actually. Through Willing Onto, a player who I didn't expect to start the game, and I didn't think at the time of the lineups coming out that he should have been in the team. But second half especially, and not just his goal, but I thought like his overall performance improved drastically. A good ball through to him from Jorginho Rutter. He finds himself in acres of space. He's got plenty of time to pick the shot out, and he finds the bottom corner to make it 2-0, which sparked wild celebrations in the away end and on the pitch. Rutter and Nonto, absolute nutters out. They're just, they're like kids. Well, if you think about it, they are kids. They are young lads, and they're enjoying their football. They're enjoying their season. And look, when you sit back and, you take promotion out of it, you take having a look at other teams out of it, and just purely enjoy what we are doing at the minute, regardless of what happens. I'm really happy with what we've seen from this team this season. Considering the start that we had under Farker, it was a hard first sort of 3 or 4 games, but once we got over that, we got our players and our squad how we want it. We've seen a massive improvement. That's now 12 games since the turn of the year, and we've not lost. 11 wins and 1 draw. It's some going that in this division. The Championship's one of the hardest divisions in the world to get out of and to compete in. And Leeds, grinding out the results. Like I said, first half was not good from Leeds United, but we still managed to get into half time in the lead. And then, early on in the second half, we put the game to bed and it was fairly comfortable from that point. Sheffield Wednesday were clearly second best in that second half. And look, they came into this game on the back of some really good form. I think Danny Roll has massively improved them. You could see a massive improvement in their overall play from when we saw them at Ellen Road earlier on in the season when it was just hoofball. But in the end, Leeds United showed their true quality, and maybe a bit of fatigue has played into the fact that we haven't been out at our best over the last few games, but we're still unbeaten, guys, and that is the sign of a top team and a team that is definitely capable of getting promoted. When things aren't exactly going our way, when players aren't performing at their usual best, we can still get the job done. I thought the subs had a decent impact as well. For Dan James was really working their fullback when he come on. It was good to see Joseph get some minutes. I'd have liked to have seen him get a little bit more. He didn't really have time to do much in the game. Perot came on as well, as did Connor Roberts and Sam Byram, who all contributed. Ethan Ampadu was given man of the match from Sky Sports. Thought him and Rodon were absolute units once again at the back. Firpo thought was classic Firpo in the first half where it was getting caught out defensively, but in the second half I feel like he improved defensively massively. Glenn Kamara I thought grew into the game as it went on as well, and I thought Gruev had another decent performance, and I thought Rutter held up the ball a little bit better than what he has done over the last few games. I was saying in the preview, guys, players like Somerville and Rutter needed to up their games. Cree, again, not the best performance from Cree. Somerville wasn't involved as much as he would have liked. Had a nice opportunity in the second half when Nonto played him through, but the keeper made a good save. Again, slightly grew into it in the second half, but we need to get Cree Somerville back to his absolute best in the running for Leeds United, because I feel like that could be a huge factor. But overall, guys, absolutely buzzing that we've got the 3 points this evening. We're second in the league. For now, obviously, Ipswich play in the early kickoff at 12:30 tomorrow against Cardiff City. Let's hope Cardiff can frustrate the living daylights out of Ipswich in that one, and hopefully, at least make them drop points, at least get a point if they can. But again, we just need to focus on what we are doing and enjoy the football that we are playing under Daniel Farke at the minute, because it is an absolute joy to watch most of the time. But yeah, we'll leave it there for this evening, guys. Really hope that you've all enjoyed the video, and really hope that you all enjoyed watching the game, whether you're at the ground or watching it on TV. I really hope that you've all had an amazing Friday night, as I have. I am now going to go watch the Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngannou fight, which I am quite excited for. So yeah, hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. On the way out, make sure that you are smashing a like on the video. It does help get it out there to more people. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. We're on the road to 3K. It is completely free to subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button. It massively helps me out. Hit the notification bell and get all your thoughts and opinions on tonight's victory in the comment section down below. And make sure you check out Josh Firth's links in the description for all your graphic design needs regarding football. And like I say, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening and your weekend. Leeds United have taken all 3 points, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.